a new look at the Dark Aether section that's going to be a part of the Tomb DLC 2 map releasing next week with Season 2 on the 28th of January. This looks absolutely phenomenal. So obviously last week we had images of the new crazy place that's going to be underground this map. However, it seems like it's going to have a portal that will directly take us into none other than the Dark Aether. Now, I've been talking about the fact that the crazy place is returning on this map for a while, and obviously the original in Origins took us to Agatha, which no longer exists, so it would seem logical that if it has a similar gateway, it would take us to the Dark Aether this time, and this is by far the most unique Dark Aether we've ever gotten. It looks absolutely wild, and I'm really happy that they're going back to the Dark Aether again. We could only go a little bit in the church on Liberty Falls, but I'm happy they're going for a unique Dark Aether vibe, because all of Modern Warfare Zombies' Dark Aether sections have not been unique at all, and they've been so generic and bland, just doing the same purple Dark Aether over and over again. But we saw from Vanguard Zombies, the Dark Aether can look vastly different. It's an infinitely explorable space that we have barely scratched the surface on, and it's been unfortunate that Trek have not been able to properly expand on the Dark Aether yet, so I do hope we get a fully Dark Aether map eventually down the line. But you can see from the image there appears to be these weird mushrooms, you've got the space looking sky, you've got all of these rocks, maybe you can jump from them, maybe you can even jump on these mushrooms to gain some height, and there's just this fungi growing all over. It looks very, very similar to the final map, I believe, from Extinction, or maybe the second to final, I can't remember exactly, but it looks very similar to that, just very different looking to what we've gotten recently. And the text from Archibald reads on it, "Beneath unfathomable alien skies and some impossible non-Euclidean space," which is a mathematic geometry by the Greeks, "I fear perhaps my mind may have snapped, quite damnably inconvenient." So considering this is from Archibald and he was trying to find the central artifact and this gateway, it may be that he got trapped in the Dark Aether, considering what it says about his mind snapping and him seemingly taking a picture in this realm. And Treg's post about this said, "Seek out the door to nowhere." I am so excited to explore this area. There does appear to be a rock with loads of crystals from it right at the top there, and all of these different fungi growing, and in fact there does appear to be Prima Materia. It looks very similar to Prima Materia growing in this realm, so that means Prima Materia and Ethereum might actually be from the Dark Aether, because you can see some growing there and it looks just like it did on, for example, Voyage of Despair. And you've got these large fungi or plant structures in the back, you've got some zombies moving about, there is some giant rocks and cliff face in the background, you've got some large Dark Aether crystals or even Prima Materia crystals, it's hard to tell. And if there's Prima Materia in the Dark Aether, then this could suggest two things: it already existed and originates from this realm, or potentially the central artifact was activated and Archibald or whoever has been locked in a trial similar to an ancient evil all over these years. It could even be a trial in both dimensions, the real world and the Dark Aether. But yeah, there's fungi and all sorts of weird things growing in here. I think the plants in the Dark Aether are something that's never been really probably explored. The most we've gotten are the pods that we saw in Shadows of Evil, and I guess in the Archon. Maybe even these pods all along could have been Prima Materia. It could also be that Prima Materia, the first matter, is the fracturing of the old universe that was then sent into the Dark Aether by Nikolai. And also, this calls back to the Mr. Peaks video we got before launch, and this was leading us to think it's a Dark Aether section on Liberty or Terminus, but this could actually be in the background of the Tomb, especially because we see pods that resemble the Shadows of Evil ones literally in the background, just like on here. Could this mean there's a forest or something in this section, or is this from a future map? Regardless, they could be similar pods. And in the background you can see this circular pillar that looks very similar to the Shadows of Evil Pack-a-Punch, which can also be seen by the statues. So maybe this is how we get teleported into the place, or maybe this is for the Pack-a-Punch. Maybe there's even multiple places it can be, including inside and outside the Dark Aether, and we could have a very similar Pack-a-Punch to Shadows of Evil. I want to see more Pack-a-Punches, or maybe it could even be like the Chaos Pack-a-Punch. And Trek obviously said that this map will be containing winks and nods to past maps, and whilst it's not an Origins remake, many things from Origins are back, such as the Crazy Place and the Ice Staff as the Wonder Weapon. However, speaking of the Pack-a-Punch, it seems like this new Dark Aether section is resembling the Pack-a-Punch mound on Origins, which is obviously the exact same spot where Primus fought eons before. And considering they will be returning at some point for COD 2025, I think that's interesting, but you see that all of the different pillars, these almost like claw-like structures that go around the Pack-a-Punch mound, seem to be in this Dark Aether section, so I'm really interested about that and what that means. But I think it strongly hints this could be where the Pack-a-Punch is, and maybe there are different spots where we've seen these circular spots. And this is an old leak from a while ago, but back in the day when we had a Pharaoh boss in the Haunting event for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, it was found in the files that apparently it's using some strings or animations that are titled T10, meaning Black Ops 6, and this is now leading people, considering we're going to a tomb, to think maybe we're going to be fighting this Pharaoh, or at least maybe a reskinned version of it, using some of the similar animations on this map, and that's certainly possible. We shall have to wait and see. And today there's also been a leak that apparently the Disciples as well as the Mimics will be returning to zombies at some point, but we just don't know exactly with which map. So we could see them on the tomb or one of the later ones. I think the Disciple would really fit, and we're still waiting for the Sparagmos note from the Crystal Axe to be followed up on, and it would be perfect considering they were his minions. So yeah, and I think the Mimics make complete sense considering we see them in the campaign. They're already ready. Maybe we could get a more beefed up version, but they're so similar to the Amalgams. I mean, I do want to see some new enemy types, to be honest. I think even the new ones we have been getting have been similar, but we don't know what map they're going to be on, like I say. And it's possible this could just be cut. We know the Hellhounds will apparently be returning at some point, probably with the Mansion map. We'll have to see. And we are going to be getting the gameplay trailer very, very soon with the blog that we haven't gotten, unfortunately, yet. But we do have the key art now for Season 2, where we get a look at this new Samurai Warrior that actually has a katana, which looks to be a new weapon. I am kind of disappointed that we're just getting these generic operators. I want to see some more unique stuff going on here. And we get a look at Warzone as well. And this also confirms the PPSH-41 is going to be an SMG. As we know, Trek said there's going to be an iconic weapon from Zombies returning. Some people were saying the MP40, but yes, it is in fact the PPSH, and also the FN FAL is going to be the other weapon. So right now, we're just waiting for the rest of the information. And we also have a caption with the key art saying, will you be the hunter or the hunted? Again, a little bit generic there. And PlayStation Game Size have actually posted the patch that is coming for Season 2, as there's going to be a new download size for the full game. It's going to be 109 gigabytes, 1.66 size with around 99 gigabytes. There's going to be a new update for all packs for all of the modes. So yeah, I'm happy to see this brand new Dark Aether environment, because like I say, Vanguard showed us that the Dark Aether has way more environments, and we learned that the Dark Aether is basically like an ocean with layers, and we've only gotten a short little slither of the layers. Like I say, I think this is mainly a technical constraint that Trek have had, and a time constraint that they've not been able to fully expand on the Dark Aether. But the Dark Aether is better as something in your mind, because it's like this Lovecraftian realm where our mind cannot properly contextualize it, and I think by them trying to put it in game, it's kind of removed the mystery of the Dark Aether. So I'm glad that we're at least seeing more areas of the Dark Aether, but it's a vast place, and we're, like I say, barely scratching the surface. So I hope that only goes further. If we're exploring the Dark Aether in this map, I'm hoping we go in the Dark Aether in the future ones to come, and we get a fully Dark Aether map eventually. We are deserving of it, and I can't even imagine how crazy they will be, judging from how crazy this looks. There is so much more mystery to the realm when it's an idea instead of a physical place you can see and, well, can't touch, but you know. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.